Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. It is currently Friday, December 19th, but I'm going to be back solving the Thursday, December 18th puzzle. This is a puzzle by Joseph Gangi, who has contributed a small number of puzzles to the New York Times. Apparently this is his fifth. It being a Thursday, we're expecting a tricky theme and some possibly medium to difficult fill. So let's get going. I'm going to try and do both Thursday and Friday puzzles today. We'll see how that goes. But let's start with this one for Thursday, December 18th, a puzzle by Joseph Gangi. We're the best, for example. A boast or a motto? A lengthy pitch. What kind of pitch do we want here? Web access company. AOL? Is what we want an internet service provider? Mushroom and ramen, probably enoki mushrooms. Trunks could be pants or trunks of trees or like swimsuits. Platoon sergeant, for example. Is this a non-commissioned officer? I've seen that entry in the grid before. Feats performed on knights' quests. Let's check some downs. Some queens. That could be anything. Some queens. Live. Or live. On air. That could be. It comes from the heart. Blood. Aorta. Maybe. Glide down a pist. What is a pist? Blank soldier, tin soldier, maybe? Does this help? This does look like it's going to be boast, doesn't it? And then what about this? Some queens. What about this? Blank tight. Sit tight? Oh, queen bees, maybe? Okay. Feats performed on knights' quests. Glide down a pist. Oh, could be to ski. This looks weird. One of several in a watch. Hand, maybe? Several hands in a watch? Is that what we want? I don't know, actually. Dig in. No, that doesn't look right. To go off on. To rant at, perhaps? Ray of insecure. Oh. Maybe to rail at. This is Issa Rae, I believe, the actress. NaOH, is that lye? Sodium hydroxide, maybe? One of several in a watch. What kind of watch? Levels. Well, this will probably end in S. But I don't know what kind of levels we mean. One versed in verse, probably a poet. Does that help us with any of these? Lengthy pitch could be a spiel, like a marketing spiel, an ad spiel. Chests, then, or sorry, trunks. Agency that takes many forms. The IRS takes literally many forms, not like, tax forms. Title for a JD, Esquire, I guess, a JD Juris Doctor, like a sort of person schooled in law. Trunks. What? Torso. Torsi? Is that the plural of torso? That looks so weird. This also looks weird. Spirits. Libations or liquors like that? Liquors? Appropriate inappropriately. Don't know what they want there. What would this be? Levels. Dig in could be to eat. Levels. What am I missing here? And why are there 2 Q's at the end of this? One of several in a watch. Colorful Atlantic Coast Conference Team. Oh, maybe this is Strati. What? Rescues? Daring rescues? Oh, some queens are queen-size beds, not queen bees. And this could be daring rescues. Daring rescues. Okay, it's one of several in a watch. Gears. That makes sense. Colorful Atlantic Coast Conference Team. Strata, maybe, not strata. Strata, okay, fine. Syracuse? Syracuse? I would have wanted Syracuse. Maybe this is spirits. Liqueurs? How do you spell? If this was Syracuse. What? About 3,500 for the Taj Mahal abbreviated. 35,000, sorry. 35,000 what? Cubic feet, maybe? Bear with a message. Oh. Actually, maybe this is... Oh, Syracuse. Syracuse like that. Because bear, square feet here. Not cubic feet, but square feet. Bear with a message is going to be Smokey the Bear with the public service announcement about not, only you can prevent forest fires, etc. No longer relevant could be moot. Probably liquors here after all. Some radar blips could be UFOs maybe. Blank Nation, activist organization since 1990. Queer Nation? Jake's Love in the Sun Also Rises. I don't know. But I'm going to guess this. Lake Blank, body formerly known as Lac du Chat. Lake Erie? I don't know. Blank Mar, Bryn Mawr is a place in Pennsylvania, I think. Brett, Jake's Love in the Sun Also Rises. That could be. Teeming with, rife with, maybe. Name that sounds like a computer guidebook. Fluid for a lighter is what, butane, I think? NFL division? I have no idea. Maybe it's not butane. Helpful. Of use, perhaps? T.H. White's The Blank and the Blank and Future King. The Once and Future King? That sounds right. Mama's mama could be Nana, a word for your grandmother. Word with ball or card. Ball or card. I don't know offhand. Knockoff version of a bejeweled imperial egg, for example. Fabergé? Fabergé? Is that like a name for something that's like a Fabergé egg but not real? Ball or card? I don't see it. In a class by oneself. Unique? Something in a class by oneself. Follow up to an oath. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. So an oath meaning not a vow, but a sworn, a swearing. You can swear that way. What is this? NFL division. I don't know. Name that sounds like a computer guidebook. I still don't. Email. Emmanuel? Computer guy? Emmanuel, like that? Maybe. Get schooled. Learn? Oh, unequaled. Oh, cue ball. Cue ball and cue card. Okay, unequaled is in a class by one. Oh, like that? Maybe. Get schooled is to learn. Oh, an NFL division, not a division in which teams are sorted, but a division of the game that they play. A football game is divided into quarters. Offline, online is IRL for in real life. Fabrication expert, a liar probably. The time of one's life is literally your age, and visibly embarrassed could be red. alley components. A bowling alley is made up of lanes. Trailblazers group is the NBA, the Portland Trailblazers basketball team. He said, every great film should seem new every time you see it. Roger Ebert, the critic. Severance actress Tulloch, I don't know. I guess so. Sure, you might say. Volleyball team count is 6 people on a team. Lives or lives. And we had live or live up above. It turned out to be live. Maybe this is lives. Exists. Yes, it is. Crosses off. X's out, maybe? Something like that. Coming right up is next. Point at the wrong person. Unjustly accuse, maybe. Eel at a sushi bar is unagi. A ratatouille topper. I don't know. Okay signal, maybe a nod. Barred from competing for short, DQ'd. I want a toque here, but that doesn't make any sense. Quit your yapping, you could say. Microdosing drug is LSD. A smooth transition is a segue. And well-preserved in a way is dried. So I don't get this ratatouille topper, but it looks like it is going to be a toque. I thought a toque was a hat. Hosts for short, MCs. Kermit. Greeting from Kermit is hi-ho. Bit of aerial arts equipment. Aerial arts equipment. A hoop, maybe? Botch, to mix up, maybe? That's what she said, and others. I don't know. Beyond impressive, informally. Ceremony could be pomp. Pomp and circumstance. Web access company is literally an internet service provider. I was thinking of a specific one, but no. Platoon setting for short is Nam, Vietnam. That's what she said, and others in... What is this? Appropriate. Inappropriately. Caribbean music genre, ska, probably. Appropriate. Inappropriately. Beyond impressive, informally could be scary good. Oh, appropriate. Inappropriately is to usurp. That's what she said is innuendo. Innuendos, maybe? That's what she said, and others. To botch is to misdo. This is a hoop. Reveal private data of, in modern lingo, is docs. And then Syracuse Orange, I guess. A fair is an expo. Let's find out. Okay, pretty good time for a Thursday. Relatively light Thursday theme, I think. It's no revealer here, but basically we have these 4 across entries that have these pairs of cues in them, and they are to be read as sort of literally, if you say cues and insert them into the answer, then that's the only way that this makes sense. So feats performed on Knight's quests, daring rescues. Here, a colorful Atlantic Coast Conference team is the Syracuse Orange. Here, a follow-up to an oath, a bit of swearing, is excuse my French. And then finally, to point at the wrong person is to unjustly accuse. And so, challenging to fit these 8 cues in the grid, especially since not all of them can have a U after them. So you have to have some abbreviated things here, like Esquire, and like square feet, and like quarter, and like DQ'd. The rest, I believe, do have the U after them. So that's pretty cool. And then I also noticed that there are quite a few X's in this puzzle, more than I would say normal. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So we have 4 X's in addition to the 8 Q's. Am I counting correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 X's and 8 Q's. And that, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. I think that's a really fun idea for, I don't know if the X's were intentional or not, but certainly to add a little bit more challenge to the grid anyway. So, I mean, a good bit of wordplay, not a lot of crazy trivia, I don't think, in here. But lengthy pitch could be a number of things. Web access company got me for a while because I was looking for a specific one. There's a pair of irregular plurals here, torsi here and strata here, that intersect with each other, which gave me some trouble. What else? To dig in could mean a number of things, but eat is one of them. To go off on could be synonymized in a number of ways. What else? I did not know that Lake Erie used to be known as Lac du Chat. That's pretty cool. You have to interpret oath in a particular way in order to understand this one. To get schooled, a bit of light wordplay to get learned. This earlier in the week that this might have a question mark to indicate that you want a more literal reading of this than you normally would have. Offline, online, we see this one quite frequently, but the other one that's like this that gave me more trouble was, where is it? 22 across. Appropriate inappropriately, which you have to read as the verb, not the adjective appropriate, in order to get it. So appropriate, inappropriately, and offline, online, a pair of good clues in the corners here. The time of one's life has the question mark there, to give you the clue that it's wordplay. And then what else? It comes from the heart. We do have aorta in the grid quite often, so that one's not too surprising. I forgot that a pist was a ski hill, so that's helpful. This gave me some trouble too. I thought queen bees, but it is queen beds. What else? Takes many forms is a fun bit of wordplay for the IRS. I like innuendos and scary good as entries here. I wonder if scary good is a debut entry. I also like Fabergé and unequaled. Unequaled probably isn't, but Fabergé might be a debut there, so we'll find that out. I do like to spot debut entries when I can. Emmanuel, for a name that sounds like a computer guidebook, is pretty funny. Hosts could be a lot of different things, but in this case, the most common definition. I still don't understand toque for a ratatouille topper. Maybe that's just the name for a chef's hat. But I think that is who did this end up being? Jen Tulloch? Okay, so I haven't seen Severance. So anyway, that is the puzzle for Thursday, December 18th. I hope you enjoyed this solve. If you did, give it a like. If you want to know when I'm posting next, do hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on, which might be in a few minutes here, on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks for joining. Cheers.